Hi, my name is Vincent Ortiz, and this is my center database application. So this is a database of every single NBA season and then the center stats from that year. So basically, there's two, when you run it, it opens this GUI, and there's two options. So you can get the average stat between two selected years. So like you could do like between like 1980 and 1990, you could see what the average points, like all these stats were for a center for that between those 2 years. So like if we did points per game, and then this is the minimum games, like the minimum games played. So like it'll filter out like if you do like 50 players who played 50 or more games, and if you do this, it'll do 10 or more minutes. And then this will make a graph for the players who meet the criteria for this, like the average points per game. So for example, like in 1980, players who meet the criteria for minutes and games average 12 points, and then like 1981 they averaged 14, 1982 they averaged 12, a little over 12. So yeah, basically that's all this window does, and then this shows the players that meet the criteria for what you put in. And then this just shows the number of players who meet the criteria for minutes and games played. So yeah, basically it just shows graphs for the averages for that season for between the 2 years you pick. So like this would be like assists. It shows like the average assists for players that meet the criteria for that year. And then yeah, so that's all there is to the first option, get average stats selected between per year between the two selected years. And then so this is the second option, get players selected stats between 2 years. And what this is you choose a start year and an end year. So I'm just gonna choose like 2000 to 2024. And then what this does is so there's all these stat categories. There's games, minutes, points, field goals made, all these. And basically you can do as many of these as you want. So if you want to do like minimum field goal percent, like 40%, and then like players who shot 1 3 also, and players who averaged 10 points, then you can do this. It'll show you how many players meet that criteria per year on a graph. And then it does the same thing as the other view, where it shows the players that meet that criteria. And then, yeah, based on what you do, it changes how many players are like meet the criteria. So yeah, this is basically just doing individual stats and seeing like who meets the criteria, and you can just look at by year. One player met criteria, two, three, etc. And then this second one right here, this is percent of players per year who meet criteria. So this takes the total players who meet the criteria of a certain year over the number of total players, like the total centers that year. So for example, in the year 2024, 12% of centers met the criteria that's entered. And if we expand this graph, you can see that this is the criteria. So yeah, 12% of centers in the year 2024 met this criteria. And then this year would be around 10 to 11%. This year would be 13% of total players. So yeah, that's basically all there is to this application. It's just a database that was made using a CSV of all the players, all the centers from 1947 all the way to 2024. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.